Hi, welcome to BreathMark. Today we're going to be starting to slow down a little bit, um, releasing the fire energy, this joy, this uplifting um, work that we've been doing over the last little while, and starting to release it and to make space for what's coming next. I just invite you to grab your pens. Uh, I have multiple colors in a clicky pen. I'm really into them, and something even as small as a post-it note. We'll get started by moving through a qigong movement that uh, re- releases, unwinds, and helps us to have a little bit of fun, and then we'll move into some mark making, and then look at uh, a card from the My Friend Fire deck. This is what we'll be using today. We've been using it the last little while, and I've been just really loving um, this deck for this time of year. So let's get started. So as we do um, every breath mark session, I'll just invite you to stand up if you would like. Again, everything that we are doing can be done from a seated position. Oh, hello, birds. A little robin. Everything that we're doing today can be done from a seated position, so you're welcome to stand up in the space that you have, or sit down. Here we go. The robin's away and safe, and there's probably going to be some disruption from some squirrels, so just invite you into the space that you have, standing or seated, however you'd like, and bring your hands to your lower dantian, over your power space. Bring your knees in softly, soften your knees, tuck in your tailbone. It's a nice space to be in. We'll begin by gathering chi 3 times. Lift your arms above your head, gathering what is around you and pulling it in, sealing it down. Again, lift your arms and breathe. A circle above your head. Exhale, bringing your arms down. One last time. Breathing in, lifting. Breathing out, gathering down. Our movement today is shake the head and wag the tail. So we're going to take a strong stance today. Legs out. And again, if you're on a chair, it can just be behind you and you're seated. Out, hands on your knees. I'll do mine from a little bit of a squat, maybe half and half today. And then we'll swing our head, shaking the head and wagging the tail, moving your hips in the opposite direction of your head. And coming up, we're going to make full circles in each direction, shaking the head and wagging the tail. Looking up, you'll find a little bit of a rhythm. My body's been feeling oddly stiff, and I'm working my way through. But like with Qigong, I always remember never to exert myself to my fullest extent. that 70% is more than enough. And it's about the time that I take, the time I spend with intention. I'll come up. I'll lean back a bit, hands as though you're in a back pocket, one hand in a back pocket. Lifting up, hands supporting your back. Lean back, accept, release. Lean forward, hips back. Drop. A little hang. Drawing slowly up into Wuchi. Staying here for a minute or so. We'll end our movement today gathering chi 3 times. Same as when we started. Lifting, gathering, and bringing in. And breathe. Ending Wuchi. Finding time for yourself before we pick up a pen and begin to make some marks. All right, all of the birds are out now. We'll begin by leaning into this idea of releasing. I'm going to be using orange on blue only because it's been a while since I've used that. And I'm going to start by drawing, again, just a line along the bottom. We're just making marks. And then lines of release that go up. That come from this place on the ground. Think of campfire smoke. I think of the wildfires that are happening here in North America. The release that comes even with an exhale. If you want to bring breathing into this mark making, you're welcome to. Breathing in as you lift your pen from the paper, breathing out as it makes its way up the paper. And change to another color if I can, if I haven't jammed it. And then like with gathering chi, just drawing back in, not what I've released, but something new. If you want to bring your breathing in here, exhale when your pen leaves the paper, and inhale to draw in as the line comes down towards that grounding mark you made. Or the inverse. Truly, whatever feels comfortable. This is time for you. Nobody's watching. Our card today from the My Friend Fire deck, I'll let you keep going on that. Breathing in and breathing out, drawing in and releasing. Our card today is My Choosing, and I love this card. It looks so welcoming, inviting, comforting. We have this release here in our campfire, this drawing in or release of the rainbow. I love what Mari has done with this whole deck, but especially this card. You can see a small person snuggled up. The paragraph that's been written says, make space for what you want. It's time to prioritize your needs, your dreams, and your joy. Even just a small moment of dedicated time makes a difference. The oversized lynx at your side whispers, no dream is too big for you, my dear. This card asks you to dive deeper into your desires. What if you chose yourself today? There is magic in the making here. My choosing. Let's take inspiration from this card in the last couple of minutes that we have. Think about that prompt to dive deeper, to choose magic. Using, again, the same pen, I'm going to switch to a purple color. Purple to me is a magical card, and I always love using a magical color. Sorry, and I'm really enjoying using it right now. And I'm going to think about drawing in to something magical. You're welcome to do this or continue. What is the magic? I'm not sure yet, but drawing in from the top below our line, pulling it inward, having fun. Doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be beautiful. This is just mark making. We're not doing fancy art. I'm noticing that my hand is holding on pretty tight to this pen, so I'll make an adjustment to release it. And as the rain starts here, take a step back and look at what you've made. Thank yourself for the time that you spent with intention, making marks, moving your body, making a choice. Knowing that your breathing is always there, knowing that the marks that you make are impermanent and inconsequential, and they're here only for you. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm always thankful when you show up for yourself, when I show up for me, and for another time together here at Breathmark. So, starting next week or so, where the next videos will be focused more on the next phase or transition that we're moving into, which is earth, a grounding and time of harvest and nurturing and care for us, each other, the earth. I'm excited to have you along for the ride. Have a good day.